Okay, now I would like to show you some scientific evidence I've been finding out there and by looking at videos. And here's part of one. I'm just going to do a little snippet of it. It's called New Lens Detects Invisible Entities, and it will show you a few little pictures of what they have seen out in space that they are calling these invisible entities. So here goes.
Detected at least two types of ITE. The first type, also called dark ITE, essentially consists of entities leaving a dark image in the background of digital cameras attached to our new telescope. And the second type, called bright ITE, essentially consists of entities leaving this time a bright image in the background of digital camera attached to our telescope, often visible without any enlargement. Our discoveries of invisible terrestrial entities has been independently verified by American astronomers, also according to publications available in the internet. I'm a scientist, formerly from MIT, Harvard, and other leading institutions around the world. As such, my duty is that of documenting the existence, quote-unquote, of those entities. The question of what those entities are must be answered by our government, because those entities appear to conduct unauthorized surveillance of rather sensitive civilian, industrial, and military installations.
What we have learned is that
So that's all I'm going to show you of that. Now, here's another one. And this article was called New Analysis Shows a Way to Self-Propel Subatomic Particles. And this image shows the spatial distribution of charge for an accelerating wave packet representing an electron, as calculated by this team's approach. Brightest colors represent the highest charge levels. The self-acceleration of a particle predicted by this work is indistinguishable from acceleration that would be produced by a conventional electromagnetic field. So, now, this picture, I think, is a drawing, and it's amazing that they could picture it like this, because I believe this is real similar to how it looks according to the kind of pictures I'm getting when I take pictures of light. Now I'm going to switch over to another screen and show you. You see that same pattern. Now I'm going to play this and show you just quite a few of my pictures of things that look real similar to what they showed there about the self-propelling subatomic particles. And then I'm just going to let this play until I get all the orbs that I've gathered pictures of, which I have thousands. I have never counted them, but I think there must be thousands of pictures of orbs. And each time I take more pictures of orbs, it seems like I'm finding new things. And they have new ways of looking. There's so much color and beauty to them. And this is just taken in the room that is my bedroom in the house, and using a LED light and my digital camera. I focused my camera without the flash being on upon a shiny spot that the light shining upon a glass object will make. But really any shiny thing, whether it be a piece of glass or porcelain or even a steel ball bearing, anything that shines, if you focus your camera up real close on it, you might just be able to take pictures of orbs. That's the way I do it. And I like to have the room dark when I do, because it's easier that way. Look at this one now. I'll show you. Let me go back to that one. This one right here seems like a cocoon, and it's got all these little balls. And I see this pattern that I'm circling right here, this pattern where two of the balls kind of come together and touch. And I see this pattern in so many of the other orb pictures that I take. I'll point them out when I come to one. But I have a lot of pictures that are just full of these. It's like they're in a cocoon and being birthed into this world of light. Now, I don't know the proper thing to say about what's happening, but I do have some unusual pictures. And I'm just going to be quiet a little bit and just let you look at the many pictures. I may stop now and then to point something out, but mostly I'm just going to be quiet. I do believe that I'm capturing what it looks like in the subatomic microscopic world. And I know that's hard to believe because all I use is a little rather cheap digital camera and a LED light and something made of glass, usually, because glass gives me the best pictures. And it seems to me that the light travels through whatever medium the light is shining on, and the shape of that it's shining on will determine a large part of how the orb will be. Whether, if it's a round glass marble, all my orbs turn out to be round. And any other shape, like a glass, wine glass or something, or a candlestick holder, and I get a little different shape of how the light travels through it. And there is so much color in this world. It's hard to imagine all this color. We're surrounded by it. We're surrounded by these very colorful realms of light. I don't know what it means. I don't know what to do with this knowledge except to get other people that might know more to look at it and help me research it. Haven't got any takers so far about that, but I would welcome anyone who wanted me to send them some of the pictures. I have a lot of picture albums that are located on my Google profile on the photos page, and a lot of videos there of this. These are all still pictures you're seeing now, but I do make videos of it in movement, in real time. I see a lot of what you see here with the naked eye. Only with the naked eye, I'm getting a brief glimpse of it. And I can't hold it still, and I can't make it big, like taking a picture of it will hold it still for me to look at it in detail and have it rather large on a screen like this to look at it better. But I look at light and I see all kinds of things in light, some of which I capture with my camera. Other things that I see, though, there's no way that I can draw it, too complicated, and my camera won't pick up everything I see with the naked eye. But then also the camera picks up things that I can't see with the naked eye. So it works both ways. Some days everything I take pictures of is very fluorescent. I'm going to be quiet again for a little while. Oh, I'll stop this one. You see this one? At one point, the violet color started having a matted look, and you can see that. If you look in that part there, that looks matted. And it would only appear in the violet part of the of whatever orb I was taking a picture of. Sometimes I get something unusual like that matted look, and then it goes away and I don't get it again. Not that I won't again get it, but it's not predictable. But this experiment with light is very repeatable because I always get something. It just I can't command what it is that I will see. Even though sometimes I wish I could. But I've been thinking about my attitude about this light and wanting to know, what is it? What do I do with this knowledge? What can be done with it? And finally I came to the place where I just thought, I'm going to be patient and let the light reveal itself to me in its own time. Because sometimes we push our ideas onto what we're looking at because we don't wait, we don't have patience. I'm very anxious to know what it all means and what could be done with it. And, you know, I've discovered that not a lot of people are interested in this. My own family has little or no interest. They're supportive of me taking pictures and all this, but you know, they don't ever look at them. And I wonder about natural curiosity in people. Also wonder about how some people, especially if they have a religious bend, maybe they're fundamentalist or something like that, will say orbs are evil, they're demons or something like that. I've never felt any sense of fear or seen anything in an orb that scared me. I feel real good about these orb pictures, actually. And I'm just going to be patient. I look at light a lot without using any piece of glass to get a shiny spot from. Just looking directly at the light with the naked eye. And it is so fantastic. It is better than going to see fireworks because what I see stays in the air. And I've sort of trained my eye to be able to hold the orb open, because when I see a big orb form in front of me, It has all these things moving through it, little tubes and little circles and all kinds of stuff, colorful stuff as well. But it takes a little practice for me to learn how to hold my eye in such a way, because the orb wants to fold and flip and turn, you know. It's a little skill that I had to develop in learning to keep it open. That's not the end, I hope. Well, maybe it was, but I will go to the top of this because I started right about the middle of it. Always the unknown scares certain people, especially people who are tradition bound to believe a certain way. Myself, I don't believe there's anything evil in our world. I do believe there are things that would appear to be evil because they are ignorant. And I think, yes, we should love them. I do love the part of the Bible where it talks about Jesus and his thoughts and how he said to love the enemy. I think that's the only way that our world will ever be ordered aright, when we all learn to love one another and to love the enemy. It doesn't seem to be that it's in practice very much, especially by our government. There's always talking about wars and trying to be more powerful than the next nation, and never, hardly ever do I hear them talk about making gestures of forgiveness and love to some of those countries that we are at odds with. But that is all about to change. I believe there's beginning to be more and more people awake and knowing the power of our thoughts and knowing not to get into fear, because you can have what you fear, but you won't want it. So don't fear. I know it sounds hard to do because, you know, what you fear seems to be right in your face and so real. But we are living in an illusion, and we are part of that illusion ourselves. But it's malleable. It can be made better. And we're going to have to do that, making it better, purposely, with our deliberate intention to not get involved in fearful talk and conspiracy theories and fights and worrying. I don't hold to all that's in the Bible, but I do hold to this. If you will think good thoughts, then that is going to be your experience in life. I mean, there is one scripture that says, "Let the weak say I am strong, let the poor say I am rich." You call what is not as though it were. And that's really the secret to it all. The only one you have to convince is yourself. And just begin doing that, even in just little ways. They don't have to be tremendous big things. Just start with something easy. You might want to go to my channel. I read a lot of books. Many of them are by Walter Russell, and I read some Jane Roberts books. She channeled a being called Seth, and those are very good too. A lot of people like them. And I read some of Neville Goddard's words, and some Ken Carey books, and The Light Shall Set You Free. I read that one. That's a very good one. There's just a whole lot on there. Sometimes I've read books that are out of print that you would have a hard time finding. One of them I read is very interesting. It's called The Return of the Dove by Margaret Storm. And the whole second half of that book, she talks a lot about Nikola Tesla. It was almost as if she knew him personally, some of the things she had to say about him. A lot of people are always commenting under videos, thanking me for reading these books out loud to them so that they can be about doing their busy work of the day, and it makes their day go faster and more pleasant because they have something interesting to listen to. And some people are a little bit dyslexic, and they say it's hard for them to read. And so they like being read to. So every day, just about every day, I hear from someone thanking me for reading the books that I do. I think I've been able to see this light and film it because I am earnestly interested in light, and Spirit knows that I am. I mean, I read about it all the time, and I share what I know with others, and it's just very interesting to me. I have this one thing that happened to me. I can shut my eyes now and place my finger on my eye next to my nose and press ever so slightly, and I see a bright light. It's a ring of light on the inside of me, on either side of my head. Well, when I press the right eye, I see it on the right side, and then when I press the left eye, it's on the left side. But it's in my peripheral vision, so I can't look directly at it. But this has been going on for quite a while, that I see this light inside of me. I don't know what it means. I'm sorry for all the Newton rings, but if you would like to see some of these pictures, I will put the address of my Google profile onto the description bar, and you can go there and see the pictures, and you don't have to see the Newton rings that way, and you'll like the pictures better. Filming off of your computer screen isn't the best way to film anything, I have discovered. Well, I'm going to end this now, and comment if you care to. I would love to hear people's comments, and if you ask a question, I'll try to answer it if I can. I'm not a scientist. I don't know much about science, but I do have a gut feeling that this that I'm looking at is another realm of light that even our scientists of today would love to see. I can't seem to get their attention, although I've tried, and I still try. And if you know a scientist, especially a particle physicist, send them this video. I've been told, oh, you're just filming caustics or something like that. But I don't think so. I know what caustics looks like, and no, you couldn't get this many different pictures if it were caustics. Besides that, well, I know you see caustics with your naked eye, but I see these same things in the light moving around, only very small. My camera enlarges it when I take a picture with it, and I like that because I like to study these. Okay, this is the Dove Lady. I'm really going to end now and let this be over. Hope to hear from some of you. Over and out for now.